Aboye, Aboshishe. Welcome everyone. I'm so excited about this conversation today. He's a powerful artist who captures the presence of the Orisha through photography and brings Ifa to life through rhythm and Fuji percussion. His latest album, Tiwa N Tiwa, is not just music, it's an offering. You might have even used his songs on your TikTok videos before. Now here's the face behind the name, Yoruba Gods. Today we're diving into the sound, spirit, image, and legacy. Let's get into it. Welcome, Yoruba Gods.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, good to
Yes.
see you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Uh, you blend photography and sound in a way that feels ancestral, almost ceremonial. When people ask what you do, how do you describe
Yeah.
yourself?
When I started my journey, I started primarily as a photographer. And, over time, I wanted to be more. And this project, Yoruba Gods Art Project, gave me that, that definition or that realization that, okay, I think, you are beyond the photographer now. And if I'm to answer that question, I would call myself a creative artist and director. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So your photos really capture the power and presence of the Orisha. What's your process when you're out shooting? How do you decide what to focus on?
It's pretty much straightforward. For me, the fundamental thing is storytelling. The best possible way to portray the character, which, the Orishas. And right now, um, I'm on the 2.0 collection of, the artworks. So
Yes.
is storytelling is primarily driven by storytelling, and that just guides the direction and then the essence.
Okay. So do you have a favorite Orisha or theme that you are capturing through your camera?
To be honest, I equally love all my creations, but if if I'm to go by the experience, the process of shooting or creating the artworks, I would say the Shango. Yeah, the Shango was real special.
Wow. And is there any particular reason why Shango?
Cause for me, this project is huge on collaboration, and the Shango shoot had so many creatives on set, and it was just I felt honored, personally to be able to coordinate, as much talent, and that's what the project is about. That's the essence of the project, collaboration. And because I had a body painter, I had the model, I had an assistant photographer, I had someone that was, recording the behind the scenes. You know, I had bare people in the studio that day, so
Oh,
it was special.
was live, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, yeah, it was special. It was special.
So, how do you prepare or get inspired before a shoot that's connected to Yoruba spirituality?
Um, Authentic to myself. So I've discovered myself like before now, that this is my journey, art is my journey and is like pretty much divine intuition. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think, Ori has just led me to this point where everything is just kind of like connecting, and I'm in a place where I can build, something very cultural.
Okay, that's nice. So, is there a particular moment or photo you took that stands out as especially meaningful or memorable to you?
Ah, that's very hard. I'll say the one that stands out has to be the Orishaje artworks.
Okay.
And yeah, because the model has this very special skin condition, so that kind of like added to the artiness. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
like having or being able to achieve that, using that person, to stand for, something as timeless as that, to portray that character, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it has to be Orisha J's artworks.
I understand because Ajay is also known, besides being wealth, also known for beauty and those things. So I guess it brings a
Exactly.
unique aspect to it. So that's nice. So how do you balance staying true to tradition while also bringing your own style to the images?
I believe that's what makes it unique. I don't have to fight it, it just has to flow through me. I believe I'm a vessel. So the vision and the mission of the project is like clear, from the initial stages. So I'm just like pretty much locked into accurately representing Yoruba culture. Do you get? So now that is what I'm onto. That is the direction. Now it has to naturally be my style because
Yeah,
it is through my eyes. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, is basically my brainchild. So, the style is natural. I'm not forcing, I'm just letting it flow through me.
I love that. I love that you're authentically true to your project when it comes to, the Ifa and Orisha tradition. As
Yeah,
me, as a practitioner, like it means a lot to me. And
yeah,
so, no, thank you for that. So, Tiwa and Tiwa means ours is ours. What does the phrase
yeah.
represent for you personally and culturally in the context of this album?
Personally, it was spontaneous because I could remember in the music studio, when we were creating, the sounds, and I just told the producer that I don't have the title for this project, but yeah, I love, I love the feel so far. And then he was like, "So what will you name it?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe TiwaNTiwa." And that kind of like stuck. So personally, it was through spontaneity, just being in the moment, just being present in the moment, you get me, and not overthinking it, it just came. And also culturally, Tiwantiwa means, like you said, ours is ours. The understanding of the project is based on identity, which is Yoruba. Do you get me? So, like, if you want to connect to Yoruba musical instruments, Tiwantiwa is that. The phrase, again, culturally includes inclusivity, so like Tiwantiwa, ours is ours. Anybody that sees that would relate, would be able to connect to that. So, personally, like, yeah, and culturally, it does the same. So I was just like, yeah, Tiwantiwa.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect name for what you're, portraying through the music and everything surrounding
Yeah.
the Yoruba tradition. It's
Mm.
true to you. So I think that's really a perfect name. But I want to address the people. I'm conducting an interview right now. So after all the questions and everything, we will be open to take. I mean, after all the questions I ask him, we'll be open to taking your questions or comments. So please just be patient, enjoy the interview, and you can ask the questions. Also, we'll be sampling some of the music in the end, so stay tuned for that. And so, how did the idea for this album come about? Was there a specific moment or feeling that sparked it?
Culture is the total way of life. So everything that can be found in the culture has to be represented for. And musically, the direction, what's informed that decision to go, in this way is to be able to have like a novelty piece of work. Do you get what I'm saying? Like something raw, very authentic, something that once you see it, once you hear it, you can trace it. It's traceable, and I feel like it's very, very vital at this point, of the project to have a work like that, like something very, core, like it speaks to the core of the tradition. So yeah.
I agree. That's nice. So, did you set out to make a purely instrumental project from the start, or did that just evolve naturally?
Yeah, from the start it was because again, like to accurately represent, meaning I have to individually make this instrument stand out. So it was never going to come with distractions. It was just going to be that thing, that thing that we are talking about. Agogo is just Agogo, there's no, misinterpreting it, try. So yeah, it was just that to individually represent this musical instrument, one, and then also to have like a feel of other Yoruba musical instruments too, So it's like two segments.
Wow. Okay. So, your album is deeply rooted in Fuji percussion. And in your previous, like your
Mm,
previous albums too, have like Ifa chants as well. How do you blend these elements
yes.
to create that hypnotic spiritual atmosphere?
I picture myself to be a consumer, like apart from being on the other side, which is, being the creator, I also imagine myself as a consumer. So what do I want to listen to? That's where I go from. If the task is to create, a song for Obatala, like the nature elements in sound, like wind, like just that ambience, like ambient sound, like, and I'm very particular, to these emotions,
Yeah.
again, so it's down to the direction and everything is kind of like linked to the vision of the project, you know, which is to again accurately represent. But then again, the mission is now to be able to be creative with it, in order to make it interesting, you know, for people to be able to relate. So yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
So,
thank you.
yes. So, like you was mentioning before, the instruments. Each track is named after a traditional instrument like gangan, omele bata,
Yeah,
shekere, and agogo. Did
yes.
you compose each track as a tribute to the instruments itself or to the orisha connected to it?
Now that's the beauty of art. I never really thought about it this way, that it could go two ways. Like in my head, it was just about the musical instrument. Like that's the essence of the creation,
Yeah.
just the musical instrument. But again, this is the beauty of art because the utility of art is unlimited, is endless,
Mm,
and it goes both ways,
yeah.
meaning like the individual musical instruments and also the orishas, because again, The Yoruba culture is very associated with its spirituality. Even the language, is even spirituality is embedded in the language. Do you get what I'm saying? So nothing can be done outside
Exactly.
spirituality exactly with Yoruba culture.
Yes. So I agree with that. Um, what's your process when layering sounds? Are you improvising in the moment or meticulously crafting every beat?
I like to see the end, you know, from the beginning,
Mm,
meaning the plan is already concrete. Like I can see it in my head. I'm just waiting for reality to like catch up, basically. So like meaning when I want to create, when I go into the music studio, the producer and I would just stay locked in, create sound. And then I take the sounds. And then that's why, if you listen to the music is tailored to the beats,
mm,
to the sound. And that's the uniqueness because I get to digest even down to the timing of each beat and
mm.
then lay the vocals, which is in chants, oriki, and just melodic. Afterwards, I then now add um, ambient sounds in sound design. That's what I call it. After the beat creation, I digest it, I break it down, and then apply vocals, and then I do the sound design. You know, that's where you then now be able to connect with the elements, with the natural elements you know, you could hear. And yeah, so afterwards, then rearrangement and, just final touch here and there, mixing and mastering and all of that. And once I'm clear, once I get it, once, once I listen to it and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good for the public. And then, yeah, we have another one.
That's very important to make sure it sounds right and accurate the way
Yeah,
you feel like it should be portrayed. And yeah, and it's true. It's like this is one of your other songs, like for example, like Ibeji. You hear like the
yeah,
baby crying in the
exactly,
background, so I understand what
exactly,
you mean when you add like the ambient. Yeah, that's
exactly,
awesome. Or the water too for certain
exactly.
like Yemoja or Oshun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that.
Thank
So,
you.
do you use live recordings of drums, chants, or digital production techniques? How important is authenticity to you in this work?
You mean TiwaNTiwa, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it was pure live. Everything was like recorded live. They were, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, with this project, it's huge on collaboration. So I don't even want to miss out on any opportunity to be able to work with another creative, in order to like build this project. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's what makes this project beyond me, and that's what gives me success. Like being able to share something timeless with someone. So it's not just me, like people involved. So like it was so crucial to have the raw sound, you know, of the musical instruments. And I had to stay true to that, because that's the essence, you know. So yeah, everything was live recorded.
that's awesome. So, how?
But then, sorry, in addition to that, this is the digital age, there, you know, we still had to add some digital techniques, just to enhance the feel and, here and there, like the
Yeah,
background, So yeah,
But mostly
so
it was
I
live.
would say, yeah, yeah, I would say 90% live and then 10% digital. Yeah,
Basically, that means authenticity is very important for you. So when people hear and like consume your art, your music, they'll know that it's
true,
coming from a raw and real, authentic place.
true, true.
That's awesome.
You know, yeah.
So how do you,
Even the idea of it is authentic. So like
even
everything, that's the aura.
yes, even me, I vibe with your music like for a long time. I will use it on some of my own
Thank you.
like let's say like if it was picture of my initiation or something like that, I would use it on my post as well because I really feel the authenticity of the
Thank
music.
you so much. Thank you
Yeah,
so
you're
much.
welcome. So, how do you want listeners to experience this album? Is it meant for cultural education or something else?
To be honest, when I started this project in 2022, I felt like I knew what it would become. That was what I that was what I thought, you know. But then again, like I kid you not, 2 months into um, getting things started and rolling, all my expectations were like blown. So ever since, I've just been focusing on the process. I never really have expectations because, again, like I said, the the artist might be thinking one way, but then again, like the audience to be like, oh, I think it means this, I think it means that. So at the end of the day, the utility is for the receiver, is for the audience, is for the listener. What they make do of it is up to them, but they should just know the story behind it, that yeah, this is something true to a tribe, to a culture, to a people, to a movement, so yeah.
Wow, I like that. So, was there a particular track that felt the most alive or spiritually charged when you were creating it?
This is a nice one, I would say. So it changed. It actually changed.
Really?
And so at first it was the omele Bata
Okay.
jigger.
Yeah.
But then again, it changed to gangan.
And
You
share
know,
with us
I,
why.
I, I don't, I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's just, I grew into loving gangan. So yeah, I would say gangan.
Let me be honest with you. When I first heard, because I love Bata, you know that already. Like I tell you,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
Omo, yeah, too. Like anytime I hear Bata, Shango, Bata drum is Shango, so it
exactly.
always. But when I first heard Ganga, I was like, wow,
Yeah,
I love the way it sounds. So I can
yeah,
understand how it changed for you. Yeah.
exactly. And yeah, I mean, it's I welcome the surprises, and I just kind of like learn from the analytics, that I get to the feedback, that I get to see as, the artist and director of this project. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I want to say one thing to the audience. Please continue liking, tap, like the live, please. We're trying to get more likes. Yes, support Yoruba Gods, please. He's doing a great work out here. So like, comment, but your questions will be answered later. And just share the live. Anybody who's interested in watching it. Yeah,
Mm,
so just continue. And if you like what you see, follow Yoruba Gods, follow me. So just keep engaging with this live, people. So I'm not
yeah, let's
ignoring
go.
you guys. I just want y'all to experience Yoruba Gods, you know? I want y'all to have the full experience. So, does your photography influence the way you create music, especially on Tiwa and Tiwa?
Actually, strongly so because the music is rich, meaning it's not just music. Do you get what I'm saying? There's sound design in it, there's storytelling in it, and that's what makes it because I'm coming from a place where the communication is still images. So how do I communicate this emotion through just this one moment? So I think that makes it special, and that's why, I'm very alert to the details,
Yeah.
especially what is being created, the essence, what's the essence? Let's stick to the essence, you get me? So yeah.
Yeah. So, do you see a conversation between your images and these instrumentals, like a multi-sensory storytelling?
Yeah, very much, very much. Again, it's not just it's, it's something you can feel, like it's something you listen to that gives you goosebumps. Like I I'm not even joking. I've gotten feedback where people say like they felt moved, like it was like the music was speaking to their soul. You
Yeah.
get me? Like that deep. They could like connect to it deeply. So yeah, I know that for sure. That is, very multi-sensory. Like it engages you beyond your imagination sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a whole experience. Yeah. So it speaks for itself, yes. So, what reactions have you received so far, especially from Yoruba communities or people in the diaspora?
It's been very, very um warm. You get like I'm excited to be honest, and I'm thanking Olodumare for actually starting, this project, the confidence to start something like this, because everybody does, I won't say everybody anyway, but like in my opinion, with what I see like every day, people are like very interested. People in my like that's what I'm saying. Like, my initial expectations of the project has been blown out. Like the impressions are crazy, the views, the numbers. You get me? Like and it's across, platforms, and everything has been organic, you know. Like I don't even post that much. I do more of liking and reposting than actual posting, you
Yes,
know.
I've seen that.
So
Many people. I've seen many people. Um,
yeah,
so that shows like how people can feel like the authenticity of it. Like they really relate to it, you know. So
yeah, yeah. True, true that.
so how do you hope Tiwa Tiwa contributes to the cultural conversation around Yoruba traditions and spirituality globally?
Like I said, it's that one piece of work that speaks, that is traceable, that has like an identity stamp, like so it's very, very necessary even for the project to have a piece of work, a music work like that, something that has its own identity, something that is like something that is traditional, you know. So yeah, I think it's just made for it, it's made for novelty, it's made for the cultural significance is huge, and it's tied to the people because the people get to it and it gets to the people. So when the people encounter it, like they know what to do.
Mm.
So it's just it's amazing. So yeah, it's definitely going to be in that conversation, and this work is very timeless because of that.
Mm. So, are you thinking about live performances or immersive experiences to bring this music and stories to life sometime in the future, maybe?
uh Pretty much, at this point everything has to be considered. Musically, I have to represent as a music artist also, because I am also representing as a filmmaker, with the films and animation. I'm already representing as a photographer for the artworks. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is, if it is what I have to do, then I have to do it. Plus, with the rate at which, people are engaging, with this work, yeah, the people need to experience it. So yeah, pretty much,
That would be so awesome. Like, if someone can actually come to one of your live performances, I know that
yeah,
would be an
yeah.
experience like no
Yeah,
other.
that would be,
You
that would
don't.
be amazing. Like, trust me, it's gonna be packed.
Yeah, for real.
It's
So
gonna be
your
packed.
so your work feels like it's made to reach far beyond Lagos. Is reconnecting the diaspora part of your purpose?
I like to give the people credit for the movement. The Yoruba culture expand beyond its region. Do you get what I'm saying? Due to migration, Yoruba people can be found almost in every part of the world.
Mm.
So as a result of that, like, it's not even a matter of, oh, you being a Yoruba person. Also, if you love let's say for instance, you love the fabrics of Yoruba, let's say Ankara fabric or Ashoke. Do you
Mm.
get what I'm saying? Like, or you just love the language, speaking Yoruba language, like, you necessarily don't have to be, Yoruba. You can just be interested in the culture. Be You might just be interested in the art, the Yoruba art, Yoruba museum, or Yoruba stories, So yeah, like, naturally, I feel like it is for everybody, and that cuts across borders, cuts across geographical proximity. So,
Mm.
and thanks to internet, so naturally, I just feel like the people make it happen, So anywhere the people are, the work gets there, and the people know how to get to the work also.
Yes, yes. That's so true. And I like that, and I feel like like I said earlier, the people can really feel the rawness, the authenticity of it,
Yeah.
and because of like you said, a lot of Yoruba, certain things happening in the past that
Hmm.
brought their ancestors to the West. There's a lot of people in Ifa spirituality also in the diaspora that can connect with your music as well, that may not directly be Yoruba, but they might have some type of Yoruba ancestry in them because of that. And even me, I'm Ethiopian, but I'm in Ifa.
Exactly.
Your music was brought to me like through that. So you're reaching many, many people. You're doing great work. So yeah, I
Thank
guess
you. Thank you so
happy
much.
for itself. Like it's coming together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thank
what
you.
do you want Yoruba children, whether it's in the diaspora or in Nigeria, to see and feel when they encounter your work?
Inspiration, I just want them to be inspired, be proud of, who they are, and, just their identity and what they can become as, just naturally the, human, you know, it's limitless to what we can become, and with this work, I just want every listener to be inspired, by the work, you know. So yeah, let it just speak to you and let it flow. But
Yes.
yeah, inspiration.
And I feel like for the youth, like if they can see that you did it, you being in Lagos, you coming from Lagos, they might come from there, might maybe they might not have that much hope or anything, but they see you paving a way and doing this thing, and your music reaching
Exactly.
beyond borders. It gives them hope that
Exactly.
they can do something great like that as well. And
And to add to that, an evidence to that is some universities in Nigeria, like in the country, their theater arts department, whenever they're having their rehearsals and even some stage plays, when they're posting the content online, they use the music. Do you get what I'm saying? So like now they know that, okay, all we have to do is just act it. There is already music. We don't have to bother about background music again. All we just have to do is just act, just do the stage play. There's already music like an audio library. Do you get what I'm saying? And they have access to this audio library, and they can create and build whatever they want to on top of that. I basically have people that have been motivated to, start like a series on something, on a particular subject matter, and they keep using the sound, they keep using the sound, they keep using the sound. And, it's just, that's very, very special.
also I feel like they can have a reason to be proud of their traditional music as Yoruba
Yeah,
children. Like sometimes, when people mention Ifa or it may like a lot of people may not agree to it, but when they hear your
yeah.
music and they see how you put it out there in your art, it will
Mhm.
give them hope to be proud of their own traditional Yoruba music, and maybe even open to know more about the Orisha, and know about their
Exactly,
yeah.
and that
I
was
think
what I was saying. That was
uh,
what I was saying about me not being able to control what the listeners or what the audience make use of it. Like I can't control the utility of the creation, So yeah, like, like I just want them to be inspired to be able to do whatever they want to do. Like if you want to listen to it, if you want to meditate to it, if you want to create, like, just it's very welcoming, it's very cultural, and that's one thing about culture. Culture doesn't discriminate because it's in oneness, everything is gravitating towards the center, like, and everybody's connected, and that's why I make sure the work, you know, has that in its essence. You feel me?
me as a Onisheshe, like if
Mhm.
I initiate I feel like you're doing a great work, and especially
Thank
concerning
you.
your children. The children are our future, and I feel like
Right.
when your music opens that road for them to really discover who their ancestral traditions are, and I feel like in a way it's like it's guiding them to the Orisha, like if that's what they're aligned with. So you're doing a great work in Ifa
Thank you so
Isheshe.
much.
Yeah, in
Thank you
your
so
own
much.
field. So I really
All right.
like commend you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if someone were to look at your photos or hear your music in silence, what would you hope they would walk away with? Like what would they take from it?
Understanding of the culture. Like it might be 1%. They get either information or education or entertainment. So yeah,
Okay. So, are you able? We want to hear samples of your music on Tiwa N Tiwa. So,
oh,
and these are the
uh,
instrumentals that are associated with Orisha as well. So please, like, tell us the name of the track and sample it for us to hear.
so the four musical instruments that TiwaNTiwa Volume 1 has are Agogo, um, Shekere, uh, omele Bata, and then gangan. And the remaining three are Orin Shekere, Orin omele Bata, and Orin gangan. And because again, we have to represent musically because that's the essence. So
Can
going
you give
beyond.
one or two samples of, like, you don't have to show
Oh,
all your work,
okay.
but just like one or two samples.
So yeah, what you want to listen to?
But me, I love Gongo and I love
Uh,
Bata, but you can pick. I like Gongo. I feel like people should experience that one.
mm, all right. So this is Gong Gong. Enjoy Gong Gong by Yoruba Gods.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yes. Me, I don't know how to dance to it traditionally, so I don't know. But I like it. I feel it. So guys, if you like the song, like the instrument. Wow. Is it like is it percussion?
Ye what did you say?
Is it like a percussion? Ganga. It's like a drum.
Yeah, yeah, it's a talking
Yeah,
drum.
talking
Yeah, talking
drum.
drum.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, talking drum.
So
Right.
pick your favorite now. Pick another favorite
Uh,
that you think of people should hear.
hmm. Okay. It has to be Orin Shekere, you know.
Okay.
And that's because you picked Gong Gong. I don't want to pick Orin Gong Gong.
Mm.
So I'm going for Orin Shekere. I feel like this is also, very special.
Obatala.
Are you ready for it?
Remind me of
Are you ready
Obatala.
for it?
Yes. You know Obatala
Let's
plays.
go.
Go ahead.
Right? Yeah. So this is Orin Shekere.
I love it. Guys, like the light. Okay. Let's listen to Yoruba Gods. Show 'em some love, people.
Yes, so
Show 'em some love. Thank you for that, Yoruba Gods. Thank
yeah.
you so much for being here and
My
sharing your
pleasure.
life and your
Thank
art
you
with
so
us today. Make sure you all
Thank
follow Yoruba Gods on all platforms, right? It's on all
Right.
platforms, Yoruba Gods. Tap in
Yeah.
to both the visuals and the sound and stream his latest album, Tiwa N Tiwa, Volume 1. It's
Yeah.
not just music, it's movement, it's memory, it's spirit. Big love and respect to you, Yoruba Gods.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. Thank you so much.
Have a blessed night.
I appreciate thank you to the viewers, yeah, bless.